You ever wonder what would really happen if you set foot on Pluto? Not in theory, not in science books, but you right now, stepping out into that icy, distant world at the edge of our solar system? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to have the chilling, jaw-dropping answer you came for. This isn't some surface-level space talk. We're diving deep into the terrifying truth NASA won't show you on postcards. And before you even think about clicking away, here's the deal. This story, it's not just about Pluto. It's about survival, about the unknown, and about a hidden trap that turns one of our coldest neighbors into a silent killer. The kind of story that crawls under your skin and stays with you long after the screen goes dark. Right now, millions are searching for what happens if you land on Pluto, Pluto surface facts, Pluto space horror, and even death in space. Because something about that lonely dwarf planet pulls people in. Maybe it's the mystery, maybe it's the danger, or maybe deep down we're all a little obsessed with places humans were never meant to touch. You're not just watching another video. You're stepping into a high-stakes psychological journey where every second could mean the difference between life and instant, unthinkable death. And no, this isn't a sci-fi movie setup. What you're about to experience is grounded in real space science, wrapped in a gripping story of survival gone wrong. You're not just a viewer here. You're a part of this, and the clock is already ticking. Out there, beyond the warmth of Earth and the red dust of Mars, lies a frozen tomb with a surface colder than liquid nitrogen, gravity that plays tricks on your mind, and an atmosphere that's anything but air. It's quiet, too quiet, and yet something waits, something that doesn't need to breathe or move to kill. The mission was simple: explore, gather data, return. But nothing ever goes as planned when you're 3.7 billion miles from home. You're about to meet the team, who dared to land, to take that one small step into darkness, and you'll learn the horrifying mistake they never saw coming. But first, something strange happened the moment their boots touched the ground, and it changed everything. As the spacecraft slowly descended toward Pluto's surface, the crew inside felt a strange mix of excitement and a creeping unease that no simulation had prepared them for. Months of training, endless hours running through worst-case scenarios, and the cutting-edge technology that promised a safe landing, all of it suddenly seemed fragile under the crushing reality of the frozen dwarf planet's vast emptiness. The pilot's hands gripped the controls tightly, eyes flicking between instruments that barely seemed to function in the planet's bizarre environment. The others in the cabin exchanged quiet glances, the kind only strangers bound by a dangerous mission can share, full of hope, fear, and the weight of the unknown. They weren't just scientists or explorers. Each had a story that made this moment more than a job. One had lost family in a space accident. The other was desperate to prove herself beyond Earth's shadows. And the third carried a secret that, if revealed, could jeopardize everything. These weren't just random astronauts. They were people driven by something bigger than themselves, caught in a story that would test their minds, bodies, and very souls. But out here on Pluto, even that seemed small compared to the silent threat waiting beneath the surface. Pluto's gravity, a mere fraction of Earth's, played tricks with their bodies almost immediately. Simple movements became clumsy, and time seemed to stretch, making seconds feel like minutes. This subtle distortion wasn't just physical. It started to unravel their perceptions, distorting the thin line between reality and paranoia. As they set foot on the icy plains, a haunting silence enveloped them, broken only by the crunch of their boots on frozen nitrogen. No wind, no animals, no distant sounds of life, just an eerie stillness that seemed to press down on their chests, heavy and unrelenting. The team's initial scans revealed something unexpected. Faint readings of energy that didn't match any known natural phenomenon. It was as if Pluto was quietly alive in a way no one had anticipated. The more they investigated, the more the puzzle deepened. Strange geometric patterns etched in ice, barely visible under their equipment's infrared. Lights hinted at something ancient, something possibly not of this world. They began to debate if these patterns were signs, warnings, or just the cruel tricks of frozen geology. But the nagging feeling that they had stumbled onto a secret much bigger than their mission lingered in every whispered conversation. Back on Earth, millions of people followed their every move through live broadcasts, trending hashtags like "Wanting Pluto landing" and "Wanting space mystery" lighting up social media. The world was captivated, not just by the bravery of the crew, but by the unsettling silence that came after their landing. Viewers shared theories ranging from alien life to hidden government secrets. Memes and conspiracy videos exploded overnight, drawing more eyes to the unfolding saga. Yet behind the scenes, the space agency struggled to keep control, fearing the mission might spiral beyond what anyone could handle. Inside the team, tension mounted. Personalities clashed under the pressure of isolation and the strange environment. One member pushed for pushing further into the unexplored territory, driven by a need to discover the truth no matter the risk. Another urged caution, haunted by the memory of a past mission that had ended in disaster when curiosity got the better of judgment. The third was caught in the middle, torn between loyalty and fear, hiding a growing suspicion that something wasn't right with their equipment and, maybe with their own minds. As days passed, their communications began to falter. Static noises interrupted messages and strange glitches appeared on video feeds. Equipment that was supposed to be flawless started malfunctioning, displaying distorted images of the surface and unexplainable symbols. Sleep deprivation and the crushing cold took their toll, and hallucinations crept in like shadows. The crew's journals recorded growing paranoia, fleeting glimpses of figures at the edge of vision, whispers just beyond hearing. The mystery was no longer just scientific, it was deeply psychological, eroding trust and sanity. Meanwhile, a subplot unfolded back on Earth where mission control scrambled to decipher cryptic data streaming in from Pluto. A group of scientists, specializing in space anomalies, grew increasingly alarmed as they pieced together evidence that Pluto's environment was not just hostile, but potentially lethal in ways never imagined. Discussions about radiation spikes, unexpected chemical reactions, and a dangerous death trap hidden beneath the frozen surface filled secret meetings. The public was kept in the dark, but the stakes were becoming impossible to ignore. Across the internet, amateur astronomers and space enthusiasts tracked these developments obsessively, creating fan theories, detailed timelines, and animated recreations of the mission's eerie discoveries. Popular searches for Pluto death trap, Pluto landing dangers, and space survival stories soared, reflecting a growing fascination with the dark side of space exploration. Some even claimed to have spotted anomalies in images from past missions, fueling speculation that Pluto had been hiding its secrets for decades. Yet, despite the mounting evidence and rising fear, no one knew the full extent of the danger until the crew made a chilling discovery inside an ancient ice cavern. What they found was neither rock nor frozen gas, but something that defied explanation. An alien structure, partly buried, emitting a faint but persistent energy signature that pulsed like a heartbeat. The implications were staggering. This wasn't just a remote rock. It was a tomb, a trap, and possibly a warning from an ancient civilization long vanished. What purpose did it serve? Was it a beacon, a prison, or a weapon? The crew's reactions were as varied as their backgrounds, some driven to scientific obsession, others paralyzed by fear. As they debated what to do next, a sudden and violent event shattered the fragile calm. A tremor beneath the ice shook. The cavern, cracks spreading rapidly, threatening to collapse the fragile structure around them. In that moment, every member realized the mission was no longer about discovery, but about survival. The death trap was real, and it was waking up, and, just when it seemed they might escape the immediate danger, their instruments went dark. No signals, no communications. Earth watched helplessly as the live feed cut out, leaving millions suspended in fear and questions. What happened next was anyone's guess. The crew was gone, swallowed by the shadows of a frozen world that seemed intent on keeping its secrets buried forever. But the story doesn't end there. Hidden messages, mysterious clues, and unexplained signals began to emerge from the silence. echoes of the crew's final moments and something else lurking just beyond human understanding. The mystery of Pluto's death trap had only begun to unravel, and the truth promised to be darker, stranger, and more terrifying than anyone ever imagined. The sudden silence from the Pluto mission was the first sign that something catastrophic had happened, but no one on Earth could have guessed just how deep the nightmare was about to plunge. For days, ground control struggled to re-establish contact, their monitors flashing error messages that only fueled growing dread. Social media exploded with Kiger Pluto missing and Heiner space disaster trending worldwide as conspiracy theories and speculation ran wild. But behind the scenes, a small, secretive team of scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, poring over the last packets of data, desperate to piece together what the crew had encountered on that icy death trap. The fragments of information that managed to scrape through painted a chilling picture. The ancient alien structure discovered in the cavern was more than a relic. It was a complex biomechanical entity that had somehow fused with Pluto's frozen crust, waiting silently through eons. Data suggested it was capable of manipulating the environment, an active system designed to trap anything that dared approach, using the planet's extreme cold and low gravity as part of its deadly mechanism. The chilling realization hit everyone hard. This was no mere accident. Pluto had been rigged as a cosmic trap, its purpose and origin still a haunting mystery. Meanwhile, back on the surface, the crew was fighting for every breath. The cavern had collapsed partially, but somehow they were trapped inside a hidden chamber, surrounded by walls that seemed to pulse with a strange energy. Their life support systems flickered erratically, and every attempt to send a distress signal failed. The atmosphere inside the chamber was thin and toxic, and the temperature was dropping faster than their suits could compensate for. The crew's psychological strain became almost unbearable. Fear and hallucinations gnawed at them, blurring the line between reality and nightmare. One member, the mission's chief scientist, became obsessed with deciphering the patterns on the cavern walls. She noticed symbols shifting subtly, as if alive, communicating in a code not designed for human minds. As she pieced together fragments of alien language, a horrifying truth emerged. This death trap wasn't just a physical hazard. It was a sentient defense system, responding to intruders by attacking their senses, distorting time and space to trap them forever. The terror wasn't just death by cold or vacuum. It was mental imprisonment, an endless nightmare loop designed to break the strongest minds. This revelation sent shockwaves through the crew's fragile unity. On Earth, the subplot took an unexpected turn as whistleblowers within the space agency leaked documents suggesting that previous missions to Pluto had been secretly aborted after similar encounters, erased from official records. There were rumors of a top-secret task force dedicated to containing whatever lay beneath Pluto's ice. The public was kept in the dark, but the truth was leaking out. The internet buzzed with hashtags like NASA Pluto cover-up and Space Truth, while late-night podcasts and viral videos delved into the mystery with feverish intensity. The world was now not just fascinated but terrified of what Pluto might really be hiding. Back inside the frozen tomb, the crew's personal struggles intensified. One member's anxiety spiraled into paranoia, leading to heated confrontations that threatened their already fragile teamwork. Another discovered an old recording, device buried deep in the chamber, left by an unknown visitor long before their time. The recording revealed snippets of a previous mission, voices speaking in panic, warning of the mind's prison, and describing strange hallucinations that drove them to madness. This chilling connection to past explorers confirmed that the crew was caught in a deadly cycle, one no human had escaped. Then came the twist no one expected. Amid the terror and confusion, the youngest crew member began to exhibit strange new abilities. What started as subtle intuition quickly escalated into moments of clairvoyance and eerie control over the environment. They could sense the death, trap's rhythms, predict structural shifts, and even influence the energy pulsations in the walls. This unexpected evolution suggested the alien system was not only attacking, but also adapting. And maybe, just maybe, it was trying to communicate, rather than simply destroy. The line between enemy and ally blurred, throwing the crew into a new psychological battlefield as they wrestled with the possibility that the death trap might be alive and intelligent in ways they couldn't comprehend. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the tension between the official space agency and independent investigators reached a boiling point. A high-profile whistleblower leaked encrypted files revealing that the true purpose of the Pluto mission was never exploration, but containment. The dwarf planet had been designated a quarantine zone to imprison an ancient cosmic threat, a revelation that shattered public trust and triggered global outrage. Viral searches for Pluto quarantine, space virus, and cosmic death traps soared, fueling panic and curiosity in equal measure. Inside the chamber, as their oxygen levels dwindled, the crew faced impossible choices. Trust was a luxury none could afford. Alliances shifted like the unstable ice around them, and every step deeper into the alien structure seemed to awaken something darker. Strange visions haunted their dreams, showing fragmented scenes of a long-lost civilization and a cosmic battle that had turned Pluto into a tomb. The death trap was no accident. It was a war relic, a sentinel left behind to guard a secret so dangerous that the universe itself tried to erase it from memory. The crew's struggle became a gripping battle on multiple fronts, against the physical cold, the mental maze imposed by the alien system, and the creeping doubt about what their mission truly was. They fought not just for survival, but for the chance to bring back the truth, a truth that could change humanity's place in the cosmos forever. And just as hope seemed to flicker in the darkness, a sudden, earth-shattering event rocked the chamber, a pulse of energy that seemed to tear through time and space itself, leaving the crew suspended between reality and something beyond. What happened next shattered all expectations and sent shockwaves through the world. But that, my friends, is a story for the next chapter. For now, the mystery of Pluto's death trap is far from over. The line between life and death, sanity and madness, discovery and destruction is thinner than ever. And the question remains, what does Pluto really want from us? And will anyone make it out alive to tell the tale? The pulse of energy that had torn through the chamber left the crew suspended in a strange liminal space, a place where time seemed to fold in on itself, and reality blurred with visions of the past and possible futures. In that surreal moment, they each faced their deepest fears and regrets, forced to confront the fragile threads holding their minds together. The youngest crew member, whose newfound connection with the alien system had grown into something profound, became a beacon. For the others, a bridge between human fragility and the alien intelligence that had waited eons beneath Pluto's frozen surface. It was clear now that this death trap was not merely a weapon or prison, but a sentient guardian, designed to protect a secret of cosmic significance. As the energy pulse subsided, the crew found themselves back in the physical world, but changed. The alien structure, responding to the young member's empathy and strength, began to reveal its true purpose. Pluto was the vault of a lost civilization, one that had unlocked the power to bend reality, but had paid a terrible price. Their death trap was actually a safeguard, a multi-dimensional lock designed to keep dangerous knowledge and entities contained. The crew realized their mission was never just exploration. They were inadvertent keys trying to unlock a door meant to remain closed. With this revelation, the crew united in a desperate bid to escape the collapsing cavern before the alien system sealed itself again, trapping them forever. Using their combined skills and the youngest's mysterious connection, they navigated treacherous tunnels, avoiding deadly traps that warped time and space, blurring the lines between life and death. The cold bit deeper, their oxygen supply dwindled, and every step forward felt like slipping closer to oblivion. The psychological pressure threatened to break them, but their resolve hardened. They were no longer just explorers. They were survivors fighting for the truth and their lives. Back on Earth, The leak of secret files and growing public pressure forced the space agency to admit the truth. Pluto was quarantined to prevent the spread of an ancient cosmic force that could threaten all life. The revelation sparked a global debate about the risks of space exploration and the secrets governments kept from the public. Searches for Pluto Quarantine Zone, Space Ancient Secrets, and NASA Space Disaster hit record highs as millions grappled with the staggering implications. This human drama, played out across billions of miles, connected back to every person watching, reminding us all of the fragile thread between curiosity and survival. In the cavern's final moments, the crew faced their ultimate test. The alien intelligence communicated directly through visions and feelings, revealing that opening the vault would unleash an uncontrollable force, one that could consume worlds, but also offered a chance for immense knowledge and evolution. The choice lay with them: close the vault forever, preserving safety but losing the chance to advance humanity's understanding, or unlock it and risk everything for the promise of a new cosmic era. The tension was unbearable. One crew member, haunted by past losses, pleaded to seal the vault, valuing life's preservation above all else. Another, driven by scientific obsession, argued for opening it, convinced that humanity's future depended on embracing the unknown. The youngest, transformed by the alien connection, held the balance, understanding that the decision was not theirs alone, but part of a larger cosmic plan. In a breathtaking climax, the youngest reached out, not with force, but with empathy, merging human will with alien intelligence. The death trap's purpose shifted from punishment to partnership. Instead of unleashing destruction, the vault began to unlock a vision of the universe's interconnectedness, revealing hidden dimensions and possibilities that redefined existence. The crew was given a choice to return to Earth with this new knowledge, or stay as guardians of the secret, protectors between worlds. The crew chose to return, bringing back a message of hope and caution. They emerged from the ice battered but alive, forever changed. Their story became a symbol of humanity's courage and resilience in the face of cosmic mysteries, sparking a new era of space exploration grounded in respect for the unknown and the strength of unity. As the screen fades to black, the final twist lingers. The youngest crew member's connection didn't end with the mission. Back on Earth, they begin to sense subtle shifts around them, hints that the cosmic secret has followed, suggesting the story is far from over. The mystery of Pluto's death trap remains a reminder that some doors, once opened, can never be fully closed. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of inner strength and resilience. Until next time, stay strong, stay brave, and never forget your worth.